Welcome back to the Trading Show. I'm David. I'm here joined with my buddy Brendan.
What's up? How's it going, everybody?
He was just on our morning show. I was like, hey, man, I need some more charts from you, bro. Hope you guys are doing well. Bitcoin's at 88,802. Let's take a peek at BTC, the good old BTC. We're also going to take a look at a BitTensor chart. We'll look at Virtual's protocol chart. We'll have Brendan look at a couple charts as well. Let's go down and find Bitcoin. I mentioned during the morning show, hey, are we going to get a $77,000 Bitcoin? Let's take a look at where it is relative to its 200-day moving average. You can see it attempted to retake it, but failed. Didn't quite get there. Let me clean up the chart here just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. You're gone. You can stay. What is that? I don't want you. You can go away. You as well. Go away. Oh, there's another one. Last one. Okay, perfect. All right. BTC. Now, I do want to note, typically, when you lose your 200-day moving average, right, that's your uptrend is gone. Now you're in a downtrend. All right, we see what happened here, where Bitcoin closed below. I'll make this chart a little bigger. Right, this was your second top in 2021. We fell through. We attempted twice. Once, didn't even get up to that third ribbon. Twice, didn't get there. We got there on the third time, and then it got rejected. And what did Bitcoin do? Bitcoin made its way down to its cycle low, dropping additional 67%. And then back in January of 2023, this is when Bitcoin broke back above its 200-day moving average. And this was really the signal that the tides had turned in Bitcoin and in crypto, was this retest right here at around 19,500 after Bitcoin got up to around 25.2. And so that is where you're going to keep your eye on. Now, I did mention we had a couple of deviations, okay? The first deviation that everyone called for, the cycle's over, was this range right here. Now, obviously, looking back, you're like, failed a retest, failed the second one, failed the third one. All right, the cycle's over, right? But what did Bitcoin do? It blew right through the cycle. This was a 5% daily move, consolidated just a tiny bit here. That looks like a really weird three-eyed smiley face. Look at that. Or is that two eyes and a nose? It's a really fucked up nose. They should go see a plastic surgeon for that. And then we had Bitcoin consolidate a little bit, and then it was off to the races. And then we had one more deviation, guys. Well, technically, 3 more deviations. We wicked down here, came back above, chopped sideways again, and then we rallied. Another one, chop, rally. And here we are right now. Now, what I will say is, this one, we were about 11% below our 200-day moving average. This time here, from a retest, we went 17% below our 200-day moving average. And where are we at right now? 17% below our 200-day moving average. Is the market cycle over? If we're speaking in terms of 4-year cycles, I think the answer is pretty clearly yes. But I'm in the camp of it's not a 4-year cycle. I do think the idea, and I brought this up numerous times, the idea of mini cycles instead of 1 year parabolic, 1 year down immensely, 2 years of consolidation. I do think those timelines have shrunk quite a lot. And so could this go into the end of December and come 2026, we break that 200 MA again and we start to run to the upside? I think that is a real possibility. All right. Let's go down. You know what? Let's take a look at Market Cypher B. By the way, guys, Market Cypher is doing a 60% discount. Go to Market Cypher. There's a link in the description. And then under the promo code, type in gobble, gobble. For 60% off, it's good till the beginning of December. You guys know I use this every day. I've made my money back 50-fold on Market Cypher using one simple strategy, which is the anchor, trigger wave, long and short entries. But we take a look at Market Cypher on Bitcoin. Money flow continues to expand to the downside. Looks like we got a little bit of a clip here around 24, but this thing was on a massive trajectory to the downside. Momentum looks pretty awful, although we are close to our zero line. And every time we've gotten close to the zero line, we've seen some sort of bounce, okay? Here we were right next to our zero line. We saw a bounce, zero, big bounce. Let's bring price action back in. And let's see what price did after we bounced off of zero. So we mark out our first level here. Bitcoin rallied around 16%. Second one, Bitcoin rallied, ultimately failed to retake its 200 MA, but still rallied 15%. And the other one, which is here, we're looking into April of this year, my friends. RSI, stochastics, momentum indicators bottomed, and Bitcoin ran 50%. Well, we're there now. Is the rally going to be 50%? I don't know. Obviously, this was different than we are right now, but I do think we see a little bit of a relief rally. And the first obvious place, right, if we do get an extended rally, the first obvious place I keep my eye out for resistance is 108.569. I know that seems crazy. It seems like such a long way away. How are we even talking over 100K when we're at 88? You'd be very surprised with what can happen with Bitcoin, especially if my theory on mini cycles is correct. If not, well, you'd have some level, some support here. Or excuse me, well, it was support, now it's resistance at 101.282, just above 100K. If we expand this out, you can see how important this level has been. 1, 2, 3 bounces here. Rejection here, bounce, consolidate, fall, rejection there. And so 102.2 is a key level if you are going to scalp a Bitcoin long, to watch for that level and take your profits before we hit 101.282. What chart you got over there, Brendan?
Uniswap.
Uniswap, okay.
Uniswap.
I've traded a little Uniswap. Made a little bit of money. What are you seeing on your Uniswap chart, my friend?
Uniswap has been in a crazy downtrend recently.
What are you on, the 30-minute?
Yeah, on the 30-minute, yeah. It's been in a crazy downtrend. I mean, even if you go back to like the day and over to the 4-hour, it's still in a downtrend. With these consolidation zones, and it just comes into this support zone and then bounces back up to this little resistance right here and then comes back down. But recently, we just got a nice little breakthrough. Actually, today, we got a nice little breakthrough of this zone right here, which means it could probably continue to push down.
Dude, you know what I see too, bro? That's a massive head and shoulders pattern there. So you're on Uniswap on the daily?
Yeah.
Let me pull up my chart.
Or no, the 30-minute.
The 30-minute?
Yeah.
Okay, Uniswap 30-minute. That's a pretty big head and shoulders pattern, dude. I mean, look at this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Here's your left shoulder, here's your head, and here's your right shoulder. Look at that. Breakdown, failed to retest, and continued its downside price action. Now, for a measured move, and sorry if I hijacked your TA, my friend, I'll send it back to you in a second.
No, don't worry about it.
Your measured move, by the way, on the 30-minute, brings your price action down to, where the hell did this go? There we go. $6.60. Is that kind of, is there any support at $6.60, Brennan, on maybe some of the higher time frames or even the lower ones?
I mean,
you think this is a good spot to kind of get in on Uniswap?
I mean, there's a little support zone right there, actually. That's like perfect around like that 614.
614?
Yeah.
So a little bit below 660?
Yeah.
Is there anything at 660? There's a big volume gap there, but...
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It actually looks like it could take a nice bounce off of that, or even, I mean, yeah, a nice bounce off of that would be good.
So your level, so your zone is what? Can you click on that so we can see what price those zones?
Yeah, that is 614 to 6505 right there.
Got it.
Didn't break below it.
661, not 614. Okay.
Yeah, 661. Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad.
Okay. All right, cool. So the last time, so it looks like the last time price got down there, this thing rallied pretty hard.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I will say from a fundamental standpoint on Uniswap, guys, is the fee burn, you know, what they're doing. I don't know. Is it going to have that big of an impact? I'm not sure. Uniswap is a solid project. We know Unichain is going to take away from Ethereum. They're going to use their own token for gas fees, to my understanding. So from a fundamental standpoint, as long as the DEX volume continues, we could see a big move in Uniswap. But I do think this thing still has downside to go. Let's check for some potential bullish divergence here, which we are not seeing, at least on the 30-minute.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Not
We're
at
looking
all.
at lower lows and lower lows on the RSI as well. Let's go out to the 1 hour. Same thing on the 1 hour. No bullish div, no bearish div. Let's check the 4 hour here. 4 hour, same thing. So we're not seeing any increased momentum or buyers stepping in at these levels as Uniswap continues to make lower lows. Since I am on the higher time frame, let me Let me get rid of some of this. Why is this chart so ugly? Okay, now that's better. Let's get rid of our 200-day moving average. And let's take a fib here. Let's draw our fib. Let's go ahead and take this move from $4.81. And we're on the 4-hour time frame, by the way, guys, if you're watching and you want to follow along. We are at the gold pocket, my friends. And so 665, 666, that's what you talked about, right? 660 something?
Yeah.
That is where your gold pocket is. That is where your 6.5 level is. And so I would mark this out. If we do not get a bounce here, also you can see head and shoulders on the 4-hour too.
Yeah.
So head and shoulders on 30, head and shoulders on the 4-hour. If we don't get a bid here, guys, at this gold pocket at around 668, look for more downside. The 786 is at sub $6.
Yeah.
So $5.90.
And that lowest low is pretty down there.
Yeah. Here, we can throw on Lux Algo too. We can take a look at, let's throw in our volume as well. Lux Algo volume. Let's see if there's any gaps to the downside. There is one gap down here at around $6, which is right at, well, a couple things. One, you have this fair value gap down at between $6.30 and $5.98, so a little bit sub $6. You also have a pretty large order block here. Let me highlight this out. You had around 2-to-1 sellers versus buyers, and the cherry on top is that is your 786 level. And so I guess my giga long, as long as everything kind of remains, my giga long spot for Uniswap, Brendan, is, we'll put it right at the bottom end of this fair value gap, $6 even.
Yeah.
And so for me, and let me know what you think as I kind of say this, for me, I am waiting to see what price does at $6.70. Mm-hmm. If we get a bounce, I expect a potential quick rejection at the 6.5 level.
Yeah.
Maybe get in on the second bounce. If we don't, on the retest, enter in at that 6.5 level, which is around $6.84. If that fails, we take out previous week low. We fill the gap. I'm in at $6, and I'm looking to get out before we come back to retest the gold pocket on the 4-hour time frame for Uniswap. That's at least my strategy. I don't know, anything else you want to add to this Uniswap?
That seems pretty much perfect to me. If you see a big move to the upside off of that retest right there from that gold pocket, it should be perfect, nice little trade.
I think the big thing people have to look at too is volume.
Yeah.
When you get that bounce, do you see a big spike in volume? And also, importantly as well, do you see a spike in open interest? Do you see fresh longs opening positions? And the way you see that is, right, you have your green for positive open interest, your red for negative, and then you have your blue for fresh open interest, right, fresh positions, and then you have your orange, which is the same but to the downside. So if you see a candle like this on a bounce with big volume, that tells you that buyers are confidently stepping in at those levels to buy Uniswap. Cool. All right. Let's talk about BitTensor. You guys know I'm a BitTensor bull. Price has been pretty shitty, but hey, so has everything else. Let's clean up this chart here a little bit. Let me go here and let's get rid of all these brush strokes. You be gone. You be gone. You be gone. You can stay. Why didn't you get deleted? All right, beautiful. So this is on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. Let's mark out some high time frame support levels. And looks like we're there now. Let me drop a horizontal here. $299, guys, $300. Okay, this is on the weekly. And then I guess we can drop another horizontal here. If price does get down there, that's $259. So I guess the zone we're looking for, my friends, is this zone right here. Right, 259 to 226. We should see some bids. Every time prices come down here, guys, we had a 58% rally, smaller 22% rally, and a much larger 72% rally. We kind of invalidated a potential head and shoulders pattern here on the weekly time frame for BitTensor. Now let's keep these levels and work our way down to the daily. And this is how you know that bounce is real, right? Take a look. Price comes down here. We're not even including October 10th, which was when everything got cooked.
That was crazy.
Right? But take a look at this. This was a bounce, great reaction, and volume started increasing on the move up, right? That's where you enter your move. And I bet you if we look at the open interest, we can see the same thing. Let's look at OI here. Massive rise in open interest, taking out this high here. Same thing here, another big rise in open interest. So again, these are all things to keep in mind. But my one advice to people watching, if you're uncertain about whether a move is real or whether it's a fake out, watch your volume, throw on your VRVP, and see where price is going. And I'll be honest, if you've been waiting to open a position on BitTensor, to hold it, I don't know for how long, for a year, for 6 months, for 3 months. Guys, sure, can it go lower? Yeah, but I mean, historically speaking, guys, this has been a very, very important level for BitTensor. I think AI is just heating up. And don't forget, guys, fundamentally speaking, we got a halving coming up in 20 days, 21 days, 3 weeks. Emissions go from 9,200 to 3,600. I could be off on my math. It's either 96 to 32 or 92 to 36. I know my math is completely fucked, but that's okay. And then let's work our way to the lower time frame. Let's look at the 4 hours, see if there's any potential scalping opportunities. Let's also see if we see any bullish divergence here on BitTensor. We do have a little bit of bullish div. Okay, BitTensor. All right, BitTensor. That's what Rob said. You know, Rob couldn't say BitTensor, so he kept saying BitTensor. Then he said, I've been bitten, sir. I say that joke probably 3 times a week. That's okay. Yeah, guys, a little bit of bullish divergence here on the 4 hour on BitTensor. Plus, we're in a massive support area. I don't know. You think this is worth a long trade? What are you seeing on the BitTensor chart there, Bren?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
also, what time frame are you on?
I'm on the 4 hour.
You're on the 4 hour?
That's a nice support zone right there that it could easily bounce off of. And we went to the day and we saw that high time frame bias. And when you have that high time frame bias, it's usually a more good representation of where you should go with your trade. I mean, if you are on the 1 minute or the 5 minute or the 15 minute, it can be like a fake out. Like it can easily fake you out. And so that high time frame bias really shows that level could get hit and bounce right back up. So I think that would be a great trade to get into if you see a nice move to the upside.
Can you look at maybe the 1 hour or the 30 minute on this chart? I'm curious what you're seeing here, and I'll pull it up on my end too. We can kind of look at this thing. RSI actually is putting in lower lows on the 30-minute time frame. Price action looks like it's trying to find a bottom, dude. Yeah, at least what I'm seeing, right? You start seeing these long wicks to the downside, price closing, right? What you don't want to see is these large body candles. But it looks like BitTensor is kind of forming a bottom. Maybe we get something like this, dude. I don't know. Maybe we get something like a big, maybe we get a cup and handle pattern.
Yeah.
We come out, we fill out this handle, and then we break that move to the upside. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it could be a perfect little setup for like a trade on the upside. Like if you go right here and even mark out this little support zone right here, it hasn't broke through that support zone yet. So it's still in between the let's see, 311 to 305 range, and it looks like it's going to take a nice little bounce right back up off of it. It hasn't really broke it.
Yeah, and let's look at Market Cipher too. I love looking at Market Cipher.
Pull it up.
So, pretty big momentum wave to the downside. We'd love to have seen a kind of a V-shaped recovery like we saw here with a green dot. We haven't gotten that, and it doesn't look like we're going to get it. We're going to get more of a rounded bottom, which is kind of what I was mentioning on price action, getting this rounded bottom. And then what you can do too is, hey, if we do get this cup and handle pattern and you want to kind of front run some levels, you're like, okay, let me draw the fib from the current low if it stands. Of course, this can be invalidated. And let's draw it up to where we think, where it has to come to a stop if it does move up, which is around $325.
Yeah.
And then mark out your levels. And guys, your 50% fib level is, let me get rid of this. Your 50% fib level is 315. And so you could see something, right, like this. And then you get this, you get your handle part here. Now, not sure how long this thing will go or where it'll go out. If it plays out like we have it here, you're looking at later today at 7. Now, this is short time frame, as Brendan mentioned. I think it's a great point. is you get a lot of fake outs on the lower time frame. So just be careful. I always confirm with like maybe the 2, the 4, the 6 hour. But this could be a potential setup for a trade. It's not something I want to long yet. I'll be honest. I'm not really doing a lot of margin. And so I'm not doing a lot of leverage. So I put in a lot of margin and I just do more high confidence trades. I would rather wait on this 30-minute, see if this thing does play out, and then trade the breakout to the upside from that 50% fib level, which is at $315. So that's one thing to keep your eye on BitTensor. I do want to move on to Virtual's protocol. This is a project I'm still bullish on. Again, we're seeing this across the board on alts, you guys. Head and shoulders patterns with breaks to the downside. Now, Virtual is bleeding pretty hard. It's at $1.03. Dollar's a big psychological number, so keep that in mind. It's not anything that I'm willing to blindly long here. I'm curious where it is relative to its 200-day moving average. Band 3 to current's at 25% off its 200-day moving average, so obviously that's not good. Let's throw on our VRVP. We did lose a key volume level, guys. You can see here, we held above it. Let me squeeze this down a little bit. We held above it here, right? We saw a nice little 50% bounce. Held here again, right? We had a little deviation. Held here again, made a lower high, which gave us that right shoulder. And then we kind of retested this on a wick here and then failed. And so, I don't know. I have this trend line here, this kind of descending channel. And if we do come and retest this, I can extend this out. Depending on when. If it's on this daily candle, you're looking at 85 cents. If it's on tomorrow or Friday, you're looking at about 84.7 cents. At that point, I would be more open to entering into a long here. And guys, we're talking about a 56, 60% move to the upside. As long as you exit before you get to that high volume node on virtuals, that's on the daily time frame. Do you want to take a peek at Virtuals, Brendan? Have you looked at this chart at all?
I'm on it right now. I'm taking a look at it right now. I'm seeing that nice.
What time are you on the daily too?
Yeah, I'm on the daily. I'm looking at that nice trend lines that you put there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that if it comes down and bounces off that trend line, it could go up to the upside. But I also know that sometimes trend lines don't follow through. Like we had a trend line here and it broke straight through our trend line, right? Like we had that nice trend line to the diagonal. And then it moved straight through to the upside through that trend line. So from what we are seeing, it could very well bounce off of that trend line.
Here's what I've seen, bro, is if that happens, right, then usually we come back and retest.
Yeah.
It's either we break above, come down, consolidate right there, and then move up, or it blows right through, volume comes in, and then we come right back down, retest. I think that's kind of what's going to happen to virtuals.
Yeah.
Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame here. I really want to take a look at market cipher B. I mean, this momentum has just been kind of fixated here below 20, which is oversold territory, guys. And obviously, everything reverts back to the mean, or everything kind of reverses. And so don't expect this momentum to stay down here for too long. We've gotten multiple double green dots, right? The big boy green dot and the little momentum wave green dot here as well. Just no follow through. And we've continued to put in lower lows. Let's see the RSI. Are we seeing any bullish divergence here? I don't see it off the first eye here. Let's take a look. And by the way, it's on the 4-hour time frame. Nah, no bullish divergence. Guys, everything's kind of cooked right now, right? And so you got to try to find opportunities. With the market being in downtrend, they say the trend is your friend, right? And so I would be careful trying to scalp longs. You can if you put really, really tight stop losses. But I want to wait till these projects start retesting resistance levels and shorting at those levels.
Yeah, well, if you take a look at on the 4-hour, it had a nice a consolidation zone from like here to here. So that is $1 or 114 and then 101, 110.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from what I'm seeing, and then if you make it out a little bit more, there's a nice little support zone that we've hit, and we haven't broke through it yet. So if we see that breakthrough, we might have to wait a little bit longer for it to go down to this little resistance zone down here. And then it could take a bounce off of that. But if it bounces
What's
up...
that level down there, by the way? The second.
That's like 72 cents.
Okay.
65 cents. 72 to 65 cents.
It could be heading there.
Yeah.
Honestly, if everything continues to bleed, it could be heading there. I feel fairly confident holding virtuals because of, I've said it before, the team, but also fundamentally what they're doing, their products and services are actually being used. And they're branching out to not just the average base user, but obviously you got the Solana bridge and everything else. I don't want to go too in depth about that, but there you have it. All right. I want to share with you my Starknet trades. So let me open this up. I scalped some Starknet yesterday. You guys can see I got in at $20.4 cents. Okay. It was a $9,700 trade. And then I took half profit at 227. I was going to take the other half at 292, but it started trending the opposite way. So I moved my TP for the last 50% I had down to 223, which it filled. And so you can see here, 9,700 in, 10,700 out. So we made a quick $1,000 scalp on Starknet yesterday.
What time frame was that?
What's up?
What time frame was that?
That was on I think I was trading that on the 4-hour, dude.
Okay, nice.
Oh, also here, I'll show you kind of what I saw on the 4-hour. Let's pull up Starknet. Oh, excuse me, it was a 5-hour.
Okay.
Let's move this up. Now let's move you down. Let's move you up. Market Cipher gave us a beautiful V-shaped trigger wave to the upside here. Okay. And when this trigger wave hit, we had put in a higher low on the RSI. And we got in and this thing started rallying. It kind of moved slow, but you can see here, had a big 15% candle on the 5-hour, had a little bit of consolidation, then 3 consecutive massive candles. And then it consolidated as premium zone here. I know there's a big gap here, guys, 24 to 36 cents. But if we can get into this zone and we can push that to the upside, I think we're making our way back to like $1.20. I know that sounds crazy with everything going down, but as Rob mentioned, guys, just don't fight the trend. Privacy and zero knowledge is where it's at. And this thing just continues to put in higher high after higher high. Now, I like to look at, okay, from a trend standpoint, where do we get these pullbacks, right? And let's go ahead and get rid of these. And let's draw some Fibonacci retracements. And let's see where prices come down. And so this initial move, we'll take it from here. So this was obviously almost a 1-to-1. So this thing pulled back 100%. Okay, so that was the first move. Second move, we caught support at our 786 level. Okay, and the third move, which we can take from here, if we come down and we get back to that 786 level, you're looking at 20 cents even. Gold pocket would be my bet as far as probability of where this thing lands, right? This thing had a 100% retracement, then a 78% retracement. Is a trend that the retracements are less? I mean, if you look at the last 2 times, the answer is yes. And you see here, we had a wick down here and price closed above where it opened. And that was, again, at your gold pocket, 21.1 to 21.3 cents. If I were you, I would mark out this level. And if the trend is continuing and ZK continues to run hot and volume stays high, as you can see here, volume has been increasing with every leg up.
Yeah.
I would be looking to long, do a quick long scalp on Starknet.
Yeah. It's bouncing off that nice, there's a nice trend line right there that it's bouncing off of too. If you mark it out on your,
that's a rising wedge.
Yeah, it's a nice trend line right there that it keeps bouncing off of, and that golden pocket that you were just looking at right there is right in that where it would bounce off this nice trend line right here. So
I love Confluence. Confluence is great.
Yeah, that'd be a great nice scalp, a nice long scalp.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I agree.
That'd be good.
And I'm just kind of going through Market Cipher on the daily. Just got a green dot on extended momentum wave. I mean, how much higher can this thing go, guys? I wouldn't get in now. I think the pullback's going to be a little deeper. If If anything changes, 2 hour printed a red dot. 1 hour printed a red dot. Let's look at market cipher A. Is A telling us anything? Potential blood diamonds here. No, I don't want you. All right, market cipher A.
No.
Nothing on the 1 hour, nothing on the 2 hour. 4 hour tells us continuation to the upside.
It's all
5 hour, same thing. 6, 8, and day. It looks good, man.
Yeah, it does.
This looks good. And so I was gonna say if you want to just buy and hold, but I think it's too risky with this current market. And again, guys, my one advice to you: anything you're trading, have a damn stop loss. Have a very tight stop loss, and just monitor your trades. Don't set it and forget it. This is not the time to set it and forget it.
And make sure that you don't trade on low time frames without high time frame bias.
Yes.
Do not trade on low time frames just based off of what the low time frame is doing, because it will lie, and that could be a big problem for you.
Amen. It's like that one girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
They just lie to us, man. They create problems. I hate it. All right, I want to take a look at the crypto bubbles. Look at the hour. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of a turn here on the hour time frame. Biggest losers, Adina, no idea what the hell that is. Starknet down 2.2%. Monero down. What's up? ICP's up 1.9%. And then it's pretty flat on the day.
Nice.
The only green I see is Starknet and MYX. Everything else is red on the week. There's been, guys, and you can see this on the week, there's been some money that could be scalped here, okay?
Yeah.
It's just a lot harder. It's a lot harder, which is why you want to pay attention and really do your research, man. Starknet up 75% on the week, guys.
Yeah.
That's 10K and a 17.5K.
Yeah, that's a nice scope out from you, though.
Yeah, man.
Nice
And
scope
so
that out nice.
just get into the charts, follow the trends, and man, you'll do good. Someone said in the chat, are we shorting Cardano? Oh, I'm definitely not longing Cardano, I'll tell you that. Let's take a look at a Cardano chart real quick. Where is ADA? 44. I'm curious how far from its...
Holy moly.
Yeah. How far from its 200 AMA is this thing? Let's take a peek. 38% from his 200-day moving average. Bro, my line in the sand for ADA was 50 cents. It's failed on the retest. It's going down. Let's go to the quarterly, and let's see if we can find any support here on the quarterly time frame. And I guess here, let's change this color to yellow. That's good. Okay, that's one. And then I guess we can mark out this one too. And let's do orange for this one. All right, now let's work our way to the weekly. 25. I mean, Rob said it, bro. He said it on the show today. 25 cents. Yeah. Look at this. 25 cents bounce, 25 cents bounce, 25 cents bounce, 25 cents bounce. Even on October 10th, 25 cents is where the downturn stopped. Now, I will say, okay, there's a tiny glimmer of hope. Well, not really.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
You have a very high volume note here at 36.29 cents, you guys. We should see a bounce here. But again, with market conditions, with nothing really happening on Cardano that people are excited about, they want to buy it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to keep going down.
Yeah, I'd be careful. I mean, the last time it was here, it consolidated for weeks, dude. How long was this consolidation? This consolidation was 133 days. I'm sorry. I don't want to sit there and park my money for 133 days.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'll wait to see if 36 gets a bounce. If it doesn't, 25 should get a bounce. If 25 doesn't get a bounce, we're screwed. I don't think that's going to happen. I think 36 will get a bounce. I think 25 will get a bounce. But
where do we think it'll bounce to, though, is the question. Right. We've seen a little move up,
question.
and then we saw a huge move up from that 25 range, and now we're sitting.
Okay, so this is easy for me. If we get a bounce at 36, it's going to get stopped out at 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little move.
50 cents. That's not a little move. That's a 37% move.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So it looks like a little move because there's not a lot of space between the gap there, right?
Yeah.
But it's a 37% move. I would not ride this thing up unless it's like we're back in a bull market or the conditions are better and maybe there's something with Cardano. I don't know. Maybe they get a stable coin.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I probably not. So yeah, I would not be in this past like 49 cents to be on the safe side. I'm sure we can probably get a wick up there and then come right back down. But yeah, 36 cents. Just keep your eye on that and keep your eye on the volume. That's going to be the most important thing. Market cipher. I mean, really nothing to show here, my friends. 12-hour looks shitty. Daily looks shitty. 8-hour. 8 hours bottomed on the momentum indicators. 6 hours, same thing. I mean, every time frame is fucking bottomed here. And usually when you look at this, you're like, I want to bounce. Let's get a bounce. I mean, you do have the double green dots on the hourly time frame. Let's look at that. Let's look at market cipher A. I mean, we're starting to see a potential rounded bottom here on ADA, right? Expect at least on the hourly, expect resistance at 46.4 cents. And then could we come into another, like we talked about, what was it, Uniswap? Something, a cup and handle. Could we see the same thing? Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said if NVIDIA sucks, then everything is going to tank. Yeah, unfortunately. I think their earnings come out end of trading day today, right? Do you know anything about that, Brendan?
Nah, I don't actually.
Here, let me let's pull up an NVIDIA stock. It'll tell us.
I try and stay away.
Yeah, earnings today. After market close. Yeah, Wednesday. The estimate is 1.25 earnings per share. Please beat it. But also, we've seen it to where it beats earnings and it goes down. Let's see if the markets are giving us any hints here. Let's look at the 4-hour. I don't know. It looks like the markets are feeling fairly confident that they're going to beat the earnings. We'll see how they come out. But yeah, I agree. Petro, if NVIDIA tanks, I think there's going to be a sell-off in the NASDAQ. You'll see overnight hours just completely tank. So just be careful. If you're in any trades, especially if you're in the AI sector and just stocks, just have your guardrails up, have your antenna up, and watch for that earnings report coming out in about, hour and 20 minutes? So, yeah. All right, that'll do it for the show today. I want to thank you all very much for tuning in. Big thanks to Brendan for joining me. You'll probably be seeing this young man on the show a lot more often. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about, and he makes money.
Sir.
You make money? Cool. Help us make money, help the community make money, give a different perspective. And so, we'll be back on the morning show tomorrow. That's all I got. Gina, we don't have an outro, so roll the end screen.